Cái gì ha? Tôi than chị vậy. Trong Trung Quốc ở Việt Nam này. So nice. You love me or cry? Look. Mexicana. Mexicana. Just come to say hello and let you know I'm here. And then perhaps other time, I come down later. How many more hours you sit here? How many more hours? 1 more hour? 1 hour, okay. All right. Any question? Urgent? I mean, yeah, shoot out. Yeah. You like to join where? You like to what? Work with me. Ooh, difficult. Nobody can bear. My temper is like volcano. Don't ever, don't go near. I don't know how much stamina you have. Yeah, work with me. I wouldn't even want to work with me, tell you the truth. You ask the Taiwanese, yeah, before you take adventure, okay? To go to have the fire, you know, it's very warm, but go very near, it's different, huh? I have a lot of energy. People say I don't feel anything. When I scold people, I don't feel anything, but they feel hurt. I don't know why. Okay, let's see about it. Huh? Now we don't have a fixed place, you know. So I don't know where to stick you. Let's leave it to the future, okay? Huh? By the way, you can work on your spiritual evolution. And that is more important. That's more important, huh? All right, any other question? Any other question? You know what? It's very nice to have a village, yeah? I always dream, you know, like every of us, yeah? All of us have dreamed like we should have a kind of spiritual village, yeah? Where we can live together and all the people work together and all that would be nice. But I don't know if this kind of idea really is acceptable for this kind of planet or not. It seems difficult. There are many different groups have tried also. And sometimes they're successful for a while. But not without going through a lot of trouble. And also depends on where you are. If you're in India, perhaps you are safer. Because Indian people and Indian country as usual, normally they are more accustomed to this kind of spiritual group and all kind of spiritual belief and systems. Nobody cares. The Buddhists would go to the Hindu temple, and the Hindu would go to Bodh Gaya and bow to the Buddha, and etc. And the Muslim would, go together with the Sikh, whatever. Occasionally you heard some violence, but that's just a small, fanatic group. Otherwise, the religious atmosphere in India is very, very, harmonious. Harmonious compared to other places. And so if any spiritual group, big group, survived, almost in India, or in Tibet, but now Tibet no more. You see? If there are suddenly so much a vast rush of big positive energy concentrated somewhere, then immediately you attract even bigger negative energy to come. Because this world is a world of negative energy. Not because the world is negative, it is because of the inhabitants of this planet are so accustomed to negative atmosphere, and they generate by their thought, action, expectation, brainwashing, customs, or habit, they generate a kind of negative feeling, negative atmosphere around them, and they expect things negative way. They say, in God we trust, but they never believe God can make so much miracle. They never dare to ask for anything, because they think they ask but they don't get it anyhow. So just, okay, I pray to you, but I know you won't give it, so it's okay, okay, whatever, you know. You know, the faith is not deep enough to change this planet atmosphere into positive energy. Therefore, whatever little positive energy we can create, or any real spiritual group can create, is sometimes attract more negative obstacles. Huh? Not that like attract like, huh? Like people say, but opposite attracts. It has to be. Otherwise this world is not balanced as it is. Otherwise this world is not called the Earth planet, but would be named perhaps what? Planet X5077, something like that. Huh? Or heavenly abode, huh? Or more civilized planet. Sooner or later, any planet would evolve with the time, and with the spiritual understanding, the planet will evolve. But if we evolve in a material wise and not balanced with the spiritual power, then the world or the planet, or that any particular planet, will be destroyed in time. And that is what they call the end of the world. Not this world particularly, any world that is created. And when it happens to be imbalanced by the outweight of material advancement versus, is that right, versus? Yeah? Versus spiritual development, then disaster occurred. For example, if any planet, after a while, for example, the planet just formed, and then they go through evolution from caveman to civilization, etc., etc., and then they develop until one day they find like atom energy, thing like that, electronic energy, and then trouble begins. At that time, if such a world, citizens happen to discover very high energies, some matter, very advanced matter, like atom, thing like that. And then if they don't have enough spiritual, spiritual understanding to control their knowledge of the physics, then trouble begins. Then they will use it for bad things, or accident can happen because not enough intelligence to handle this dangerous, but otherwise would be useful matter. So in this world, as you can see, not too many spiritual practitioners as compared to non-spiritual practitioners. I mean, some people say they are Christians or they are Buddhists or maybe other religions, but they may not necessarily practice the true religious doctrine that was supposed to be imparted to them. You know what I mean? When you look around you, you find some examples in plenty. So in this case, if we gather together somewhere for so long a period of time and the energy just keep building up, then of course something might happen, because the negative power is more outweighed the positive at the moment. Even though we develop, and it has already benefited a great deal to the world, but still sometimes at our expense, because many people do not understand the things that could not be proved by material realization. But I tell you, even if we practice spiritually, material side, we will also have fulfillment, if only you have faith. God can make anything happen. He made the whole world, the whole universe. Can you imagine? Look around you, how many miracles in front of you. These are all miracles. Can you create one like that? No. Can you create any particle of your body the way it is? And everyone is so unique, even though we all have nose in the middle and eyes on both sides, even 2 ears as well. But we don't look the same. How can that be? Billions of people. Rarely someone looks the same except the twin, or the double. This is rare case. Even then there are something different. Fingerprints, hair, eyes color, thinking, lifestyle, ideal. There's something different all the time. So if we ask for miracles, I think it's a boring subject. Miracles happen all around us every day, every second, every minute. Look at your body and see the whole miracle from the head to the toe. So you see, the idea of having a village together, well, I don't think it's impossible, but we might spend too much energy fighting for it. Understand? Maybe just stay home and spend that energy to develop ourselves. Go group meditation sometimes and mix with the world. Because that's also the way that we can bring the message into the world. Suppose if we stay together in one place only, maybe it's good for us. Yeah, and somehow it helps us that we don't have too much temptation, and don't have too much negative influence on us. Up to now, we have tried many times. For example, the first Taiwan spiritual group, which has had the lifespan 10 years. Oh, this is long life for me, who are young and new aspirant. What you call it? Aspirant? Yeah, inexperienced, young, naive, stupid. Believe that the world will think the way you do. That's what I used to do. Because I was so true to myself. So I was so convinced. And whatever I say, people must believe me because it's the truth. Yeah. Many years later, I found that things are different. But never mind, it's okay. And then we try again in Cambodia also. Also, actually, we went there to help the people. But then a lot of people like to stay there too and work together. And they thought maybe they can both develop, helping the Cambodian, working there, helping the people. Also at the same time stay together, meditate. But you see, it's not that simple. So anyhow, we should create a spiritual village wherever we live. I think that's the idea. We have to attract more, right? Just about the time you give me some encouragement. Yes. No, it's okay. Enough. My ego will bust. What I mean is, the idea is to bring heaven, into home, into every home, so that every home is a Buddha's land, every home is heaven. It's difficult, I know, but this can be done. Yes. Otherwise, it's also very nice to stay together, for our sake. It's so beautiful. But how about your families? You see? Your friends, your associates, your boss, your work, they need you. They need you, your spiritual energy. Also, they need your loving presence to understand more about the God within themselves. If you bring that God to me, to our initiates, and stick together, all the gods sit there, God number 2, God number 1, number 3. How about the society? Yes, they need us. Even though they don't know they need us. It is so fine, it's fine. We don't need recognition. But as we practice along, we know they need us. If the world has no light at all, it would be dark. Better one light here, one light there than no light. Better dim light than no light. So we have to light up our surrounding. Make a spiritual village with the center is ourselves. We radiate loving energies. We make shining examples. We make a kind of heaven for the people to take refuge in. Wherever we live, we must create heaven. And that is our spiritual village. So we should not have only one spiritual village concentrated in one spot of the planet, but we have it everywhere. Now you see, so we have Belgium, Hungary, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Mexico, Panama, Paraguay, Chile, Costa Rica, Germany, South Africa, Portugal, Korea, Chinese, blah, 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 Malaysia, Cambodia, Canada, anywhere. You see this? Indonesia, see that? Korea, Thailand, Hong Kong. Yes. So we are very rich. Yes. Better. But we have tried. We have tried the alternative. So we also know what it is like to stay together in one place and work together. It's also fine. You have to be the center of the light in the society where you live, where you work, where you have your root. You have to develop from there. You have to branch yourself everywhere like a big tree. So people will take refuge. Everyone must become a Supreme Master. Everyone must return to your position as a Supreme Master, as a Buddha, as a son and daughter of God. There's no need to take refuge anywhere but inside yourself, because you are God. Didn't the Bible tell you that? Yes. God make man in his own image. Yeah? Remember? At least we are the children of God. We must walk like God. We must act like that, like the Prince of the universe. No need to take refuge anywhere. No need to run around to any spiritual village or do anything special, go to Himalaya or nothing. Because you are God wherever you are. Yeah? Remember? Don't be weak. It's okay to have a teacher, no? Okay, to adore a teacher because she's beautiful, like me. Oh, God. I'm just joking. Don't look. It's okay to have somebody, so that you can maybe have an example, or to have some kind of hook to hang your emotional, overflow there for a while or for some purpose. But you have to spread, like take a root here, but the root must spread everywhere in order to sustain the whole big tree. And the tree must branch itself, big shade, so it protect a lot of beings. In the Buddhist story, there is a Buddhist scripture. There is a story about the tree, the banyan tree, Bodhi tree, very big. The 500 monks could take refuge underneath of its shade and to practice meditation. In the old time, they don't have tent like we do, huh? And they don't build houses, a big building like this, no aircon. Just take refuge under the trees, and that's how they can practice. And there was very famous, the master called Long Shu, Bodhisattva, Long Shu master. Long Shu means a banyan tree master, because he always stay under the tree. And 500 disciples stay together there. Would you like to stay under the tree like that? In West Virginia? Christmas time? Huh? Boo! Boo! When the snow is higher than your head? Yeah. Let's be practical. Now, you see, like in India, it's more convenient because the weather there is warm, and the people's need are very, very little. They live almost basically close to nature, and their needs are few. They have no comparison to think. They don't have a neighbors to look up on like a richer or something like that. Most are the same. Even the rich in India are not that, they don't look so glamorous like in America or elsewhere. When I was in India, I knew a few doctors, physicians, but their houses are bare, really bare necessity. Their clinic, so-called clinic, you came in and you see one bench, wooden bench, or two benches perhaps. And then in the evening they put wood, plywood, they put on top, wood sheets, big and thick like this on top, and then they sleep on it, become a bed. Yeah, and the clinics like that. And there's only one kind of cabinet. Inside there are a few aspirin or something that I could even handle myself. Help yourself clinic. And they don't earn that much money either, because most of the patients are poor. And some other doctors, I know one family, the wife is a doctor, and the husband is a lawyer. But their house also barely anything compared to your house. Understand? So even if the rich in India, they don't make other poor people too envious. So their life a little bit, very contented with whatever they have. So if they have a spiritual village together, they also have bare necessities. Very simple living. Also climate hot. They don't need anything. All they need is some chapatis to eat. And then they meditate. And they drink water from the river. Or they dig the wells, they live together, and they plant rice. Some spiritual communities in India, they plant their own food because they believe that the food outside is so contaminated. So they rather plant their own wheat, rice, fruits, and this is fun. It sounds very romantic, But I don't know if you, as the householders, used to with luxuries, like in American standard, would be able to last there very long. Some of you can, but not all of you. Besides, your family will object. Huh? Your friends will make trouble. And then the government make trouble for the master, etc. They take chain reaction, you know. So it's the idea of spiritual village. I think we better just leave it for a while. If it comes, it comes. Actually, I did not start in Taiwan, even in the first place, to have a spiritual village at all. I didn't have any village, to tell you the truth. When I first started, I don't even have a house. I stay in a disciple's house. But that was afterward, after a long time. First, when I first came, I just stay in a temple, like every other nuns or temple worker. I clean the bathroom, clean the floor, for the people to come in and worship the Buddha. And that's it. And then afterward, I don't know how I became famous. I forgot. Somebody dig me out. Yeah, somehow. God, he play some game. And then so after a few times, and I have some students, and then when I came down, I stay in their house. But moving, you know, sometimes stay in this house, sometimes stay in another house. And then later, so many people follow me, like you want to do now. Like the sister from South Africa want to follow me. And I just follow. And some of them has no obligation with the family. Like they're bachelor, or they don't have husband, they don't have wife, or their parents say, okay, go where you want. You grown up. Some parents are very easy and understanding. Some parents are not. So those with understanding parents, they so-called left home and run out with me. And wherever I stay, they stay. So after I have a few disciples, like maybe at that time I was wearing a monk's robe. So very easy for people to follow me. They just want to become monk and nuns too. And that is very simple in the Taiwan or in Thailand. You understand? To be a nun and monk there is a very common practice. So they just join, shave their head, and that's it. Stick to me. And so what do? At that time I just knew. I thought everybody same like me. It's okay if they want to be nuns, it's okay with me. No problem. Why not? But later it's a little more complicated, you know. Some of them just come out without having parents' permission or nothing, and then later we have problem. So after a while we say, only with parents' permission, then can you come? Well, as the things develop, you confront with more problems, and then you have to seek for a solution. Otherwise, we didn't even care. I didn't care. And then we rented a house, because at that time I have so many people cannot stay in one room in a disciple's house anymore. So we rented a small room. And then we work, handwork or something together to pay the rent and sustain ourselves. That was in the beginning. And then later they sold the house. So we became homeless. We left home again. Then we wandering around then we camp next to the riverside. Then we buy some tent, and then at that time we did not earn so much money. We didn't think about money. Just as things develop, you know what I mean? Because more people come, then I have to earn more money and pay rent, things like that. Because I don't take a donation for personal use. Even from the beginning already, yeah. So more people, then we have to kind of organize and make more work, and then we buy a tent. And at that time, one tent, 4 person. Yeah. Now we are richer. 1 tent, 1 person. 1 person, 2 tents even. Yeah, that was later on. After later years, we developed more. More people join me, and then we have to buy more tents. But in the beginning, we don't have that much money, and we don't take donation, even tent. So we buy a tent for 4 person. Some person long, some short, you know. When he sleep, his toes stick out. Mosquito visit him every time. The same toes. So later I say, okay, never mind, we buy some more tent. If we have more money, we buy some more tent. So the long person can sleep square-wise, corner to corner. A long person stick together and sleep, like this, cross. So his toe is protected. And that was that. And then later on, we can buy a piece of land. It was very cheap in the beginning. The piece of land that I bought for the people in Meo Ly, some of you know. That was very cheap, dirt cheap, because nobody went there. What the Taiwanese people say, "Nẻo bu sân tan," means the bird don't even lay their eggs there. It's such a desolated place. That's what I mean. Even birds don't come and lay their eggs there. That means a very bad place. No survival chance, because no water, very dry, no water, and there's nothing around there. The soil is not fertile. It's a kind of very sticky soil which people use it to make bricks. It's very special clay, very sticky. So you can't plant so much things there, and you have to really work hard to make the land. Locker? Make the land, loose, Yes. Then can plant something, but it's not so much. So not too many people stay around there, and not many people buy land. And then we came and buy some. It was so cheap, and then we settled there, and because at that time I have so many monks and nuns hang around me already. I need a place for them. They can't just hang around the river all the time. And also during that time, we have a lot of other people, like so-called lay followers, come to us. So we have the place because it's convenient. Also, the place is cheap, and then we buy it. And then they all come, and then it developed and then we bought more and more with the years. And then it became Meo Ly. All right, but. Anyhow, together in one place is not always very convenient. It's very good, but we have to fight a lot. We have to struggle, because it's so convenient for people to come there and blame us. Everything happened to their children. They say, "Oh, look here, my daughter follow you. Even if she didn't follow me, she followed somebody else. They go with a boyfriend somewhere. I never know." And then they come and blame us. I say, "Go search anywhere for your daughter, which I never saw." But sometimes it's too convenient, you understand? Because we stay there in one place all the time. So anybody can come and say anything to us. It's also a disadvantage somehow. It's not always good. But it's good for the disciples, good for the international community when they want to come to see me, or when we have a retreat. If they have a sentiment, they think, "Oh, Master, stay there. That's her place, holy ground, and go and take some stone, come home and put in the tea to cook." Stupid. So when we had Meo Ly, everybody happy, Remember, When you went there, you feel good, right? This is true also, because the spiritual atmosphere built up with the years, and you like it. When you go there, you feel home, feel like at home. But I think even if we don't have Meo Ly or we don't have any other places, don't matter, because heaven is within you. Do you understand now? Yeah? Yeah, maybe God wants it that way. Yeah. Maybe God wants it that way. So some people think if I lose Meo Ly or if I cannot go to Meo Ly, I would feel very bad or things like that. I did feel bad for a couple of minutes. Like I said, wow, that's beautiful things that we bought, we have built with our hand. Yeah, I feel sorry because it was the most beautiful place in Taiwan. Yeah, we made it so beautiful. You haven't seen behind. Some of the foreigners don't go to behind the mountain because we spoiled you. We let you put the tents in the front garden. where it's more convenient for you. The back mountain is 2 kilometers away. You have to walk back and forth, and we worry you're tired after a long journey. So many of you don't know the caves that we made by hand ourselves. It's beautiful. We dig out the mountain like this, because we want to protect the landscape. The mountain were very difficult. The back mountain, there are two shapes. One is a little bit flat and a little bit sloppy like this, but the other one is so slanted like this. But when we dig cave into the mountain, wow, you look down, they are so beautiful, it's out of this world. Really, Himalaya caves are not as beautiful. The way structure, so beautiful, because we wanted to also protect the landscape and the environment, so we don't destroy the mountain, the shape, we keep it. So we just dig into the mountain and then build it inside. Very beautiful, very beautiful. If you have a chance to go and have a look. I make a tour guide and I earn some money. That would be best job for me. Then I'll pay tax for the government, and then they probably will not say anything. And while I guide you on the tour, I can also blah blah on spiritual issue. Yeah, let's change our job. That's good. Well, the difference is the name. Just because you call me master, you make me problem. And when you call me the supreme master, you make more problem. Make supreme problem for me. If you just call me a tour guide, who cares? I'm a tour guide too. I'm a spiritual tour guide. I will guide you back to heaven. How about that? Free. Not that there is a place somewhere called heaven, but we must remember the heaven within us. And I just remind you, I have the way to do it. And because of me reminding you, you have found your own heavens. So that is the truth. Yeah, that's a beautiful place. So when I heard that some people want to destroy it, but for some reason, because sometimes they misunderstand us. They think the daughter's with us, but she wasn't. Anyone who come and stay in Melody Center must have the express permission from their parents, in writing. Signature and stamp. Otherwise, we don't accept them. Yes, you know that. Huh? So we don't do anything that is against the parents, but some of them still cannot understand. But I also understand their point of view, their problem. When their daughter run away somewhere and they think maybe have connection with us, because all the friends already there, maybe their daughter also join their friends. And in the moments of, sadness, and worry, of course, they would say anything, and they do anything to vent their anger, and they just pour it down on us. We never say anything because we understand that they trouble heart, of the parents. But they just found the wrong place. That's all. And then a lot of damage is done sometimes through the public misunderstanding. But that is the case with every spiritual master or every spiritual group, even any famous person, even if he is good, she is good. First people build them up until the peak of their glory and honor, and then they begin to pour them down. So that's very natural phenomena in this world. I do not expect 100% success in this world, even though I know God can do anything, but just let it be. God can do anything, but God doesn't do it, because we have to do it. God is not there to do everything for us if we don't want to do it ourselves. We have to ask for it, we have to want it, we have to create our world. We have to take matter into our hands. We have to realize the godness within us, the powerful energy that we possess. We have to develop that. We have to remember it. We have to make use of it. We have to walk like a God on earth. Then and there, we realize that God is us. Otherwise, God can do everything. Of course, otherwise He's no God. But what for should God does everything? God already does. Create the whole universe for us. Create everything. Now we are in it. It's up to us to make use of ourselves, to make whatever we want to become by our own power of faith, of knowledge, of self-knowledge, of self-realization. Otherwise, God is no use, I tell you the truth. God has already done His job. The poor man needs a rest. He cannot. He needs a rest, a vacation. Actually, if God does everything unasked, then what for? What for are we here? How can we realize how powerful we are? You understand? So it's up to us to make a God out of ourselves, or to make anything else you want. The decision is yours. To hear it it's nice, but you have to make use of it, huh? My God, it's so difficult to become God, huh? Yeah, why not? Would you rather be something else? Huh? If already everyone declare, every Bible, every scripture, every religion declare that you are the Son of God. Now, what do you want to be? Why you deny it? It is because of the mind, the brain. The social custom make us think that we are low, we are weak. Can't even believe that God will bless us with everything. Ask anything. You have it. But you dare not. Most people dare not dream that God will give you this, give you that. Why not? That's what the old guy there for. Huh? But many people don't ask him, so he just take holidays. Christmas, for example. God is within you. God is yourself. Every lecture boiled out to the same topic. That's the only thing you must do. Remember yourself. Remember you're powerful. Remember you can create anything you want with the power of your faith, with the power of your self-realization. But sometimes, because we are so used to with the less, we are not there to believe that we can have this and that and other. That's fine, that's fine. We also don't need to have so much. We also don't need to be a millionaire, be rich or anything like that. But it's possible. It's possible even with spiritual knowledge to be anything you want, to have anything you want. Provided you want it enough. Provided you really want it and know that you get it. Most of the time you say, okay, I don't think I get it anyhow. But I just ask him, but I don't think he get it. That's what prevents us from having what we want. Because we already expected that the guy will not give us. That's also okay. If you have enough to eat, fine. You have enough clothes to wear, it's okay. No need to want too much, also fine. But it's not impossible, I just want to tell you. So many people already prove it to you. By the power of the mind alone, they can move objects, they can walk on fire, they can walk on water, they can pierce knife through their face from ears to ear and nothing happened. Not even one drop of blood come out. Even with the power of the mind alone, astral power, we can do that. They say that America is the land of opportunities. Maybe it's true, because the American people, they have strong will. They believe they can do. They demand all the time, better, better, better. They do not hesitate or feel shy to ask anyone or even God to fulfill their dream. That's the way we should do it. So, do not try to run away from home or take a refuge in somewhere else, not even take refuge in Master. Master is you. You have the Master inside. What's the difference between us? Maybe your IQ even higher than me. Who knows? There was a film in America, American film with what? With John Travolta. No? I don't know the title, but the film described a man with the power of moving object, also the power of knowing some event that is happening from faraway places, and then can predict something or can read other people's message through the air. And many people don't believe it. Even they saw it, they don't believe it. They don't believe it's just a concentration of the mind. And they want to operate his brain in order to find what's the difference. For scientific research, in order to find out what's the difference in his brain between him and someone else, the ordinary, so-called ordinary people. There is no difference. They can operate until all the nerves cuts into thousands of billions of pieces. They will find no difference. There is a slight difference between human and human anyhow, but there is no difference as such if you concentrate your mind. Just the power of concentration. If you operate the physical brain, it's not much different. So it's even dangerous to be talented, to boast your power of psychic. Remember, that's why I tell you not to talk to people about your achievements. It's always not safe, because all the people, they're not ready for this. They don't know more than the material existence. Many scientists, they believe only the things that they can touch and can prove. So sometimes genius is difficult to survive in this world. So many genius has come and gone unnoticed, unrecognized, and even harmed by societies, just because they are so ignorant. They do not know what the genius know, so they do not believe, and they seek to harm him, harm her, or sometimes they seek to prove it materially to the extent of hurting that genius or that talented or that spiritual being, for that matter. I remember America has a very famous psychics, Edgar Cayce. Is that right? You know him? You know the name, right? Yeah. Some people don't believe that he has the concentration power to leave his body, and the body just been left behind, then he moved himself, astrally or spiritually out of his body and go search for some sickness in some people's person in the body, or search something else somewhere else. So they try to experience, stick needles into his fingernails. You know that? Do you know that or not? Well, read his books. Even I know. I'm so ignorant about American culture, I still know. I stick fingers in his nails just to make sure that he really doesn't feel anything. My God, he did not feel at that time, but when he woke up, he did feel. Poor guy. So that's how the society treats a genius or extraordinary person sometimes. It's not Jesus' time only, okay? Or every time is human time. And humans, they do weird things sometimes. Has no surprise, okay? No surprise. I can tell you many other instances like that in different countries, but enough of that. There's no need to delve into this matter, so depressing. Actually, according to some of the research and my thinking, my opinion, my guessing, is that we have a lot of advanced technologies, advanced medicine, advanced ways to end the suffering in this world right now. Even at this minute, there's no need to have hunger, no need to have suffering, no need to have disease, incurable disease anymore. We are already so advanced. We have found many substances to combat even the most deadly disease. But sometimes the society as a whole choose not to do it, just to protect the economy. I think you know better than I do. So, it's not that God don't give us everything. It's not that God could not do the impossible things. It's us, it's we, who are the obstacles. Because our faith sometimes is so thin. We could not believe that. If God give us a mean to cure the disease, then He would give us another mean to sustain the medical working system and don't let it go bankrupt. If God gives us a mean to find free energy, free electric, then God would give us another mean to sustain the whole industry and don't let people go without work. Then we will find other work somehow. We will find other things to do. Or we should live more simple life with little want, and we don't have to struggle so much for work, for earning money, for example. Then there are many geniuses who can prove to us that it is workable, that this world can become paradise even materially in one instant. But so it must be that the faith of the people of this world are so little, so thin, that they are so afraid to take any chance. That if, for example, if all the sick people cured, so easily, then what becomes of the healthcare system, for example, your famous theme, for example, like that. Even just to talk of healthcare, already people gone berserk. How to talk about real medicine, real miracle cure for the people. I say what I believe, but you don't have to believe what I believe. You can believe it or you don't believe it, it's up to you. Or you can do research on my suggestion, my comment, and then find out yourself whether what I say is the truth or not. You have you have I'll say option, right? You can choose. But at least I tell you something, then you can have a chance to prove it, whether it's correct or not. If I don't tell you, you might not even know that it exists. You don't even have a chance to prove your IQ. So do some research yourself. So you see, don't ever blame God again in your prayer or in any second of your life. That God makes so much misery, God don't give us medicine, God don't give us enough food, God don't give us this and that and all that. God gives everything already, long time ago. But many people, sometimes they are in power, stop this blessing. Maybe it's the planet collective karma that help the obstacle to materialize. Yeah? So we cannot also blame that one person or this person or the whole constitution somehow. We have to look through human history. Maybe we have done so many bad things. But actually, so what? God is always forgiving. If He's not forgiving, He is not God. For Him, there's no bad, no good, no evil, nothing. Only the children who is learning, who is making mistakes, who is learning by mistakes, who is trying to remake himself into a real God by different experimentation. Some people succeed in making himself a God in a few lifetimes, or remembering himself as a God, or choose the right way. And some people tumble along the way, and it takes longer time. But they are all in the process of remembering a God out of himself, of themselves. Sooner or later, we all realize it. But I just want to tell you this, to let you know that nothing is impossible with God. Even to make this world into a paradise is not impossible. It's just because of mankind. The habit, our habit, to be so negative, to think negative, to expect negative, and have no courage to hope for anything big. And the faith in God is very weak. So we're always afraid that if this happens, we lose our job. If free electric comes, we lose our electric company. If free medicine comes, a good medicine comes, a doctor went out of business, or medical care, I have no work to do, etc., etc. Never happens. It will have another way to do, right? God will find another way for us. Besides, if we don't have to pay so much for electric bill, then we don't have to work so hard in the beginning, right? Anyhow, for example, like that. There are a lot of tax and a lot of, expenses. For example, there's so many things, so many inventions, so many research has been successful. And we could have paradise any minute we want. If only we want. But sometimes we choose to live in misery. That's fine with God. But don't blame the poor old guy. That's all. Because this is injustice, it's unfair. He always sends some genius, always send teacher, always send good friends to remind us of the glory of heaven and to help ourselves, to heal ourselves, to be rich, to be famous, to be beautiful, to be, abundance in everything, to have abundance of everything, to be wherever we like to be. Not that we want to be famous, not that we want to be rich, but this is the way we should be, we could be. Just that the society as a whole, like a big constitution, has its own law, unwritten agreement. They make every obstacle possible for every other souls. Even the developed souls have to struggle through this institution. So it's difficult for us. Never mind, you are on your way, I think. You're happy, and you know. And that's a secret between us. Don't tell other people. Well, you can tell if you want, but then you make me become too famous, and then I'll be in more trouble. Yes, actually, I tell you the truth, to be a master is the lousiest job you ever can get. Don't ever apply for this job, I tell you. You can if you want to, but I want you, no? It's not easy. Whew. my God, I cannot believe such a job. I don't know what it's like to be president, but be a teacher is terrible. Spiritual master, terrible. Very, very lousy. No pay. Only get blamed. Sometimes get blamed for nothing. Okay, I see you later. I must take a bath and eat something. I'll see you. Anyhow, you know what? If people say jealous of me or say I'm a master or something, say, no, she doesn't look like a master. She's like a tomboy. Very funny girl, no? Tell them, so they don't get so jealous of me and make trouble for me. Huh? All right, because your time is up also, right? Yeah? You must go eat, no? Practice solar plexus method. I'll see you later. Huh? Okay? I think you didn't understand much of what I say because you're too excited. But don't matter because there's not much to understand. Huh? We all understand already inside. Huh? So this is just a communication. So that I sit here and let you look at me. Huh? Because you like to look at me. I don't know why I have the same nose like you. I may be a little shorter, but funny, huh? What is it that makes you like to see me? I don't know. What is it? Tell me. What's the problem? Love me. No. I don't give you anything. I just tell you what you have. What you have forgotten. Huh? No problem. I don't give you anything at all. Never. Because you have everything already. Everything inside. So, see you. I'm really happy to see you. Huh? Really happy. Thank you. Thank you for, I don't know what, for your power. Because of your power, I'm here. I'm glad I made it. I'm really glad. I feel I'm so courageous. You don't know. I'm very proud of myself. Just because I love you, I cannot not come. I feel even if I die, I must come. Yeah, I promise you to come. I see you later. Go eat. Have a happy meal. Love you. God bless you. So, how are you guys? This is a so-called contact person? Really, all of you? Come on. Now you sit so high, you will sit here, I'm lost. Goodbye. You never see me. Okay. I don't know why all the Indian masters have to sit very high. Most Indian people very short, like me. If the Western people come and sit on the chair, oh, forget it. Like talking to Eiffel Tower. Now you don't see me, huh? No, don't sit on the floor. Then people will think I'm not humble. Yeah. Just try with people. And my eyes stand up. Even though it don't make so much difference. But at least I try my best, huh? At least people don't criticize me. I'm not humble, making you sit on the floor. But you sit on the floor all day long, huh? I wasn't there. Tell them, huh? Tell whoever says that, say, wow, we punish ourselves. Yes, it's really funny. Huh? Very difficult, huh? Very difficult to break through, huh? And to relax, huh? To want nothing, huh? Not even to become a Buddha. But I think many of you don't want to become Buddha anymore, right? You just sit because it's habit. now if you don't sit, you cannot bear, right? Is that not so? Huh? I don't know why you sit for so long. I must worship you. Really, today when I was taking a bath, and I thought, oh my God, Jesus, the Buddha was sitting downstairs. So diligent, And I thought, oh, when I come down, I have to bow to them. I really thought like that. But then I said, nonsense. Who ever heard of the Buddha bow to the Buddha? Who needs it, So I did not. But anyhow, I just want to tell you here and downstairs people, other initiates, that you're really good. You're better than me. I couldn't just come to every retreat like this and sit for long hours like this. I die. I'm good at laying down. Huh? I meditate while laying. I think this is more convenient, more interesting, Meanwhile, you can not off to sleep. Nobody ever know. But you already lay down. But you can sit for so long, huh? And nobody forced you to come here to meditate or to have retreat together because I wasn't even there. Many times I'm not there. Huh? Just sometimes I'm here. Sometimes I'm with you. But not all the time. Many a times you get together, meditate on yourself. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or even a week. Like even mainland China people, I never go there. They also have retreat. Or in the refugee camps, they also organize retreat by themselves. I really worship you and these people. I don't know how you do it. You're really good. You're really disciplined. I'm very proud of you. Because you have family. That makes a difference. When you have family, it's sweet. It's cozy. And it's busy. And it's alright. Where we are. Why move? Yeah, I understand that. If I have a family like yours, if I have a sweet wife or husband like yours, I don't know if I would even think of retreat or anything like that. I'm alone now and I don't have sometimes nothing sweet going on around me even. And even I don't have so much good going on there, in my house, or nothing. Every day just the same. Almost, except office work and, the so-called invisible work that I don't even know. And the pressure that I know. Oh my God, the pressure, like mountains sometimes. I don't know wherefore. This I know, this I know for sure. And this is the most terrible part. Sometimes, I don't know if I can bear it anymore. Anyhow, now I understand. The pressure, the spiritual power is so strong. If you don't handle it, you go crazy. You don't know how. If you don't keep yourself disciplined, pure and simple, you go crazy. The pressure alone kill you. No need devil or Maya or anything else. No need newspaper. The pressure. And the pressure because as soon as you have spiritual power, you have responsibility. You must share it. And the people near you, the people who encounter you, the people who pray to you, or the people who love you, they are entitled automatically to share the wealth of your spiritual power. And that puts pressure on you. Automatically they look up on you for guidance. invisibly also, without you even knowing, and without them even knowing. Anyone contact you, connect with you, share the spiritual heritage, and they evolved, by the way. And you have to share their burden as well. There's no one-way traffic here. You give the good, they give the bad. Well, they give what they have, don't they? Each one give what they have. Can't blame them. That's all they have. Huh? They give the best of them. So see, just like you go to the supermarket, huh? You buy loads of things like cheese, hamburger, vegetarian hamburger, cabbage, carrot, ginseng, tea, milk, everything. Sometimes costly things like car, house, everything, carpet. And then what did you give to them? A few pieces of paper. Understand?
Yeah.
So the value in the universe is not always equal. It's not always what we think or what we expect. No, same. The spiritual wealth or merchandise are also sold at different price. What you sold and what you sell and what you get paid are different quality. But that's the way it is. People cannot scold you for giving you just a few pieces of paper, because that's the way it's arranged. Everybody agree upon it, and it's the way it works. Is the law. It's accepted. See? Similarly, spiritual power also can be shared, can be sold, can be exchanged, but in different ways. And this is accepted in the universal law. Nothing we can do about it. Rarely you can go to the supermarket and change your few carrots for their cabbage. They don't accept it anymore, even though the value may be even more, or at least equal. But your carrot will not be accepted in the mall for another cabbage or strawberry jam, whatever, even if the value is the same. You have to bring this useless, worthless, thin, good-for-nothing piece of paper, and they're happy. You see people's eyes when they see this piece of paper, you think crazy. Why is it? They give the best thing of their harvest, the best of their labor, just to get a few pieces of paper, and they're so happy. And they would bring you to court, subject you to hell if you don't give them this piece of worthless paper. Well, that's the way it is. See that? So anyhow, along with spiritual blessing and heritage, we also do have responsibility. Tell the people, stay down there, I'm coming. Okay, I don't know if I can talk anymore, but at least they can look at me since I'm so dressed up and beautiful. Anyhow, we always say that you want to see me, that's enough, right? So if I just walk up and down like a catwalk, just be fine. And by the way, these new rings. New design, some of the earrings and some of the ring very small. I designed first of all, because some people like it. I have to design up to my standard, the way I like it, for my artistic satisfaction, not necessarily for money. When I first designed many of the jewelry, and the jeweler tell me, "Oh, master, it's so expensive, cannot do it. You are so expensive." I say, "It's my money, not yours." What are you worried about? I said, "Okay." She said, "Oh, who can buy all this? Maybe nobody buy it." I said, "Okay, if nobody buy it, I put it on the wall and I look at it as a piece of art." Why you worry so much about money? Oh, she keep dragging on and on about money. Well, I said, "Okay, you become my financial minister then. Take care of my money." And then when I die, nothing happened. It's still there, all the pieces of paper. And then it comes out fine. So people buy them. Even non-initiate. Anybody likes them. And some of the people say it's too expensive. They like to have something from me, but they cannot afford the price. So they can tell master design something smaller, cheaper. I say very easy. Just take a bar of gold and I chop into 100 pieces. I touch it and I hear modern design. Yeah. Some people make design like that. Huh? They call it art. Art is very free. I do what I want. Some people put a piece of iron in front of the park, right? Somewhere in Europe I saw it, a few pieces of iron, a big lump of iron like that. I said, that's art. Yeah, and in National Park, and everybody think it's art. So it's very art. What?
Yes, you see they place and put a dot in the middle.
Sometimes I don't even put anything. I just pick up some piece of metal or whatever, stone, and put it right wherever they want. And they call it art, sign their name. Yeah. And everybody praise it. Because if they don't praise, people say they don't understand art. So everybody become very art in this, you know. So I say, okay, I couldn't be worse than that. So and anyhow, I designed some new one. This is very cheap, just so that some people can buy them, you know, if they want to. You don't have to buy anything. Huh? You have me. What for you need all this? I tell you what's all sometimes, just for fun, huh? Otherwise, I also don't think it's necessary. Because to wear it sometimes is tired. When I come home, I just throw it, you know. Or sometimes in the middle of airplane or something, I don't feel like. It's okay to wear or not to wear, same thing. Same thing to you, right? Same thing to me. We all know this. No problem. Hmm? So we have to look beyond the immediate. Go above the future even. We don't have to even. We don't have to. It becomes effortless now. Now, at least after some times with you. We look everything so light and humorous. Yes. Therefore, when people, they predicted us something, they predict you all wrong. They predicted the way of the world is all wrong. Like they say, well, if we like to, some people report to me, say that we like to help the Americans because we want to be famous. That's nonsense. How about the Cambodian? How about the Africans? How about the Chinese in China that we don't even know? How about the Philippines? How about the South Africans that we don't even know? How about North Korea even, that we could not even set foot in? Couldn't even talk. And then the people there, they don't even know it from us because we donate through United Nations. Both times. And many like Bosnia, Chechen, yes, and what? Rwanda. Yeah, many of the war-torn countries, we always send medical supply money or something through different organizations. And nobody even heard of the Supreme Master. Oh, so sad. Nobody cares. We don't care. Huh? We are only happy to have the opportunity to serve, to share what we have. Because like this is flow, it's not stagnant. Like water in a tank. If it keeps for itself, later it's become rotten. The water rotten and the tank become rotten too. No use for the tank, use for anybody. Money is there only to flow, to be used, to be helpful in different ways. It's not for us to just keep there and do nothing. Well, not that I go out every day and force people to take my money, and don't get me wrong, and don't ask me for that when necessary, according to our means and according to the necessity and the importance of that event. Because sometimes we have one person, but that person affects the whole country or the whole world, then that person is important. So not that you always have to help a lot of people in order to be righteous or to be reasonable. You sometimes have one person or two persons, it depends. And that person help the whole world. Like you have Jesus or you have Buddha. What do you think? It's not to help him personally. is to have the ideal, the noble heritage, the spiritual awakening of mankind. If that person is alive, is comfortable, is supported, is helped, is understood, is protected, for example. Because these species are rare, even though we are all Buddhas. But not everyone realizes that he is a Buddha. That's the difference. Even though we are all children of God, but not everyone realizes that he is the Son of God, the way Jesus did, for example. So these people, you cannot count one. Because righteous people, selfless people, it's rare. If we find one, we must help. If really we believe that he is good, she is good, we must do it. We must stand up for our belief. Otherwise, what more do we practice? Suppose you are American citizen, and if your country in trouble, or your government in trouble, and I tell you, oh, don't get involved. You are Buddhas. What kind of useless Buddha is that? Huh? But anyhow, in this world, it's funny. If you do it, people say, why? You are a spiritual group, why you do this kind of thing? And if you don't, say, what kind of spiritual group are you? You do nothing for us, what's you? So we don't need you. Understand? So, because they do not know us, they cannot know such a thing exists. Such a group, it's just not even a charitable group. And we don't even make big money, just ordinary folks. Yeah? Well, I make some money, but because I don't spend so much. Yeah, you don't know the secret of making money. Oh, can the people downstairs see me, hear me or not? No, why didn't you do it? Cannot. Too far, huh? Oh, yeah, my God. Because if I go down, I finish, I forget. What was it? No, I forgot already, you see. A secret of being rich. You're interested, huh? Now the video is finished. See you next time. When he's so excited. Okay, let's go downstairs and share it with other people. How to make money. Otherwise, only for you. What's not fair? Let's go down, huh? Okay, anyhow, folks, sorry I'm late. The contact person kept me because I was talking about the secret of how to make money and they want to hear all the time. So I cut the video. I said, we have to go down and share with all the people. Because we all want to make money, don't we? Oh yeah. Anyhow, the secret of having money is not how much you earn, but how much you save and how much you spend. Many people overspend, spend unnecessary. And in the items that you should pay, you could pay less for the same quality. Huh? You have to shop, and you don't have to shop around too much. But sometimes if you happen to see something that is good and a reasonable price or cheap price, you can buy them. And if you don't see them, then forget it. You don't miss anything. Huh? When you go to retreat, like for example in Cambodia last time, or in Taiwan, you had nothing with you. But you didn't die, did you? You live, and how well? No telephone, no car, walking, running, and the guard, pushed you from behind. Quick, quick, quick. Master already came down quickly. and you still live, and you eat simple food, no telephone, no husband, no kids, nothing. You're okay, you're all right. Huh? And you wear simple clothes. No problem. Huh? Very simple, you are alive. Huh? Similarly, in our situation, in our house, we can also have simple things. Don't mean you don't have anything. But there are many things, the values are the same, but the price are different. You know the difference between shops, don't you? Yes. So you don't have to always spend a lot of money in order to look good, or in order to your house to look special. It can look special, but not expensive. Sometimes I go and go shopping, because sometimes I want to look for something that I like, a sofa or something. Sometimes I buy only about 500 NT. How much? About $200 or 5,000 NT? $200, right? About $200 or $300. The big set of sofa, and including glass table and everything. But in other shop, it costs 4 times or 5 times more. Same style, same quality. I don't understand this. So all the millionaires, sometimes they don't look like one. The rich people, they don't look like one. They don't always drive in a limousine or Rolls Royce or Cadillac. Yeah, they normally drive ordinary car because they don't need to show off. They feel well within themselves that they have security for themselves and their families, to last for years to come, for emergency, for anything they need, should the need arise. And meanwhile, they still continue to generate money out of their saving income. So they feel well, they don't need to show off, they don't need anybody to know that they are rich. So they just wear casual clothes sometimes, and then shopping in a very ordinary shop. And their house also comfortable but ordinary. Their furniture are not always antique or anything extraordinary, just comfortable, cozy, enough for them to feel well. So the secret of making money and being rich is not how much you earn, it's how you manage your money. Many people, even rich, unfortunately, after the second generation, like the father are very, diligent, make the money and save it. But after the children or grandchildren, they have no ambition to do the same. They don't learn it through the hard way, so they don't value the money. So if they are left with the big inheritance, very soon they squander it. And they are left with nothing, often like this, and then commit suicide, etc. Because they do not know how to save. They think the parents are very rich, they can spend and spend, and it never finish the money, but it will finish. It will finish. In the Vietnamese idiom, they say, even if you eat the mountain, if you sit there and don't do nothing and eat, then the mountain, you can even eat the mountain flat. Similarly, truly, why we can help so many people? It seems like I have a lot of money, but because I save. Not that I consciously save, but I just know a logical way to just to keep the money. Because if you earn a lot, but you spend a lot, then it amounts to nothing. You just keep other people's rich. You keep the furniture sellers rich. You keep the car company rich. You keep every other, shopkeeper rich, but not yourself. You have to watch how you spend. Maybe you have to make a budget of your own, how much you spend every month, and don't go over that. Thing like that, Many rich people, not only they look ordinary in many ways, but they know how to save. For example, when a toothpaste nearly finished, they don't just throw away in a half, but they squeeze it. They use some knife or something to flatten it. You do it also, sure. But the rich people, they teach their children to do that. Maybe you don't know how they earn money, but at least you know how they save money. And the saved money is the earned as well. Né? Whatever you save is what you earn too. Is that not so? And in turn, that money will breed more interest. Huh? And they make more money for you. Even if you don't do anything, you put money in the bank, it earns interest for you. And then you can live on that too. So whatever you save is yours. Whatever you spend is somebody else's. And every time we go to the retreat or something like that, it's not only that you want to see me or you want to have a spiritual practice, but also it's a very natural opportunity for you to put down everything, to be free of material bondage, to be free of the preconceived ideas and notions that we need this, we need that, we need everything in order to survive. It has been proved that even if you go on like this, you survive. In the old time when I don't have many of you, just so-called the left home people, we live with bare necessity. I have a tent, they have a tent, each one have a tent, the same. My tent sometimes smaller than their tent because I'm smaller. We give tent according to size. And my size is MS. S, that's why they say SM. Small size. And then each one of us, including myself, would have a sleeping bag and a thin and warm blanket, not wool, just warm blanket inside in case it's a cold time. And if it's too cold, you are entitled to have another sleeping bag. You write and then you get one, for example, like that. And so we each live in a tent like that. Yeah? Very simple, and we didn't have much. We just eat, enough. And now, even if I have a lot of things, sometimes I have house or I have a cave or whatever, more furnished. Yeah? But then nothing more happen. I am still the same. No, just getting older every day. That won't help me. Nothing helps me. I stay the same like before. I think the same. I live the same. I eat the same, almost. There's not much different whether I have more material possession or I have less. I live through the poorest and the richest. Nothing changed. When I was in the Himalaya in India, I don't have much money. I have to stretch my money very long because I don't know how long I will stay there. Sometimes I just eat chapati and peanut butter. And chapati I made myself too. It's even cheaper than buying it. It's very simple. You have a plate, which you use to eat. And then you just have powder and water and salt. Oh no, powder? No, not powder. Flour. Wheat flour. That you can buy anywhere. And then you knead them in the water, put a pinch of salt in it, knead it the way you knead the bread or pastry, but without yeast. And then you flatten it with your hand. You don't even need a roller coaster, nothing. Just your hand, flatten it, and you put on top of the fire, which you collect the woods from the forest, and then just cook it. After a while, you turn it on the other side, and say you put the peanut butter on top, and then you're on top of the world. Feel good. And then the water you can drink from the spring or from the Ganges water, no problem. I lived through like that many, many months. Sometimes eat only raw food. If I go too high, on a high altitude, the air is too thin or I don't know. Can't cook. You can, but it takes half a day to boil a little 2 centimeters of water. I forget it. I drink it cold. And you can't boil cabbage if you don't have a high power gas. If you have, you can. But if you just collect wood, it's most of the time already damp from the snow, because the mountains in the Himalaya are non-stop always covered with snow, even in summer, just less. And the army would dig a road between the mountains so we can walk between the two mountains of ice. But the ice is always there, even in summer, because they have only two seasons. Snowing season and non-snowing season. So the pilgrims normally go on the non-snowing season. And if you happen to stay there too long, then you just stay there until next year, if you're still alive. And then you drink snow or whatever. Some people do that. It's okay. Even in winter, you can pick some of the herbs, some of the wild plants in the Himalaya, and can eat them. Some of them taste like, don't look so much like, but taste like spinach. Yeah, like the spinach in America. Except that they are a little bit red with the stem, not green. Tastes exactly the same. Don't go there and eat nonsense, I tell you. You have to know which plant to eat, okay? Don't say the Master Ching Hai say that, and just taste everything, whether it tastes like spinach or not. Before you know it, you're already finished. Don't make yourself become a laboratory. As you know, I don't even have a tent. Can you imagine in the Himalaya, no tent? Or sometimes you find a roof, and a so-called house, but the house is not really a house the way it is here. Because that kind of house, you can see the stars through the roof, and you can see it through the walls. And the wind is very free to visit you any time of the day and night, bringing in the snow as well, very generous. So and the floor is very wet, it's not cemented, because in the Himalaya people just put the wood together and put very simple thatch hut, grass hut. There's no facility, no cot. You lay on the floor. So I was very clever, I use a very thin mattress, thinner than yours, not this kind. It's a thin like plastic sheet, but the two sides, one side golden, one side silver. You can use that too. And when you fold it, it's like a piece of paper tissue only, so thin. I can't afford to carry so many things. I could hardly carry myself. Where you go, the higher you go, the heavier it becomes. The same luggage became heavier. Even your feet became heavier. It gets swollen with the snow. It's soaked into your shoes. I don't care what kind of shoes you have. The snow can manage to get in and soak your feet, like the way you soak bread in water. It become double the size. And then become heavy. Even your feet became heavy, not to talk about anything. So if you go to Himalaya, can't carry many things. So many months like this, I go from one place to another, I also survive. So I just tell you, we live through anything, we can survive. Because if our spirit is strong, we have a noble purpose and a higher ideal, we can just look into that ideal and we forget everything else, truly like that. So I told you from my experience is that whatever I have or not have is no problem. You're still happy and you manage your life accordingly. When I wasn't having too much material possession, life is also so fun all the time. Because I have to think how to survive. Every day I have to invent some new ways to enjoy. And I'm always surprised, always new, always very happy, and always contented. Because every day you are a master of yourself, a master of your own situation, and you just feel good, feel so confident about your ability to survive. What's that? Surprise. Truly, if there is a comparison to tell you, if there is truly a necessity to compare, then I must tell you that when I was having nothing, I had more fun. Because I'm more creative. Now I can have everything I want. Because it's already settled down. I don't have to run around the world, and I can have a fixed place sometimes, at least for a few months or a few weeks. And then things are too organized, too many disciples, they buy all kinds of things. I'm also busy now. Also have to be creative, like which one to throw away. and which one to scold them, or by nonsense, thing like that. But it's more annoying than when I was having nothing and master my own life and decide everything for myself and control the situation. It's not much of the controlling, but every day you know what is what. I don't like surprise. I don't like every day people buy things that I don't like and then tell me later. Or do something not according to my instruction and tell me later. Or do something according to their own opinion and instruction and tell me later. And then I have to clean up the mess because it was wrong. I don't mind if they always decide the good things. But most of people that are around me are not up to my standards. I don't care whether my standards are good or not. My standard is my standard. And I don't like people to mess about with it and decide for me what I must have, and what I must wear, and what is good for me. I don't like that. But the people around me always make the same mistakes. Doesn't matter if I scold them, I beg them, I reason with them, I explain to them, I tell them, I scold them, I scare them, I frighten them, I fire them. No work. Doesn't work. Because habit, difficult to change. I understand that. But my understanding don't help my feeling. Understand? And I continue because now our financial situation is not that bad and I don't have the time to go always shopping for myself. So sometimes I have to rely on them. And sometimes I don't even rely on them, they just go do it by themselves. Because I think master need this, master need that. And if I say banana, I like banana, then every day banana everywhere. Or if one cook happen to cook something nice, you know, say, wow, this is a nice dish that you make. And then I have it week after week until I die. I die, I nearly die from it. And I beg them, please, even if it's nice, I'm very polite. But to one point, you can't bear it anymore, you have to tell it. And sometimes I explode. I say, how can you have so low intelligence, even if it's a good thing, you can't just have it every day. I mean, so often like this. You cannot believe it. The problem of to have. Before to have not is easier. Before when I don't have everything, I was very happy, more happy, because I buy what I want and I know my money go where, and I'm happy when I can save something, I feel I'm creative. Yeah, not because of the money, but the value of my intelligence. That I can save that I can live with such a small things and make it so nice. Come on, yes, give you I don't mean me alone. When I say I mean you, all of us. Whenever we can buy some good things with a very low price, and other places a higher price. And it happened that things we like so much, the color, the taste, the style we like, then we're very happy. Not because of the money only, right? But just lucky, we're happy, we're creative, and we are resourceful. And that's what we're happy about. And now because I don't go out and buy it and take care of money, I don't even sign my check or anything. They just do everything themselves. And then they just buy what they want. And if I happen to praise some food very good, then I have it every day. Oh my goodness. I'm not telling you liar, it's all 100% true. For example, this. I don't know how they learn it here already. My God, I'm sick of seeing this. I saw too much at home already. I had some problem with my chest. And first we think it was a heart problem, but then no. Maybe some inflammation with the soft bone. So the doctor gave me some calcium. You know what it's like when you get old, like me, your bone became soft, so you take calcium hormone sometimes, So because I don't like medicine so much. So this calcium, it tastes like orange juice. But when it mixed with this Schweppes, tonic water, it tastes better. Otherwise I cannot swallow it. So I asked, during the course of taking calcium, please don't bring, if you bring other water, bring this also. Because if they give me only water or beer, I cannot mix with it. I demand for this. Because it tastes better, so I can swallow my medicine. With the calcium solution in it, yeah? It's different, it tastes good. Only for that particular reason that I asked. And then from that day on, I never stopped having been served tonic water. Even here in America, already here. I can't believe it. And on the airplane, I have 3 bottles of them, ready-made anywhere. Everywhere I run, he carries with him, here, master, yours. Even I would want to ignore it. It's so difficult. And I can't believe it. It's right here. Now I don't tell lies. It's true. Can't believe it. Somebody must brief the American disciple here already. Said, Master likes Schweppes. Master likes tonic water, for goodness sakes. I'm sick already of seeing this only. Not to, and I already told them, please, I'm not taking calcium, don't give me this. 3 meals a day. Every time I ask for something to drink, they bring Schweppes. Tonic water. I'm really sick of seeing it. I said, please, even if it's good, I can't just drink all day long. You understand? And if I say I like beer with non-alcohol, then every day I get it, the same one. My God, there's no stop to this, no end to my story of suffering because of having too much love, too much disciples. Too many hands spoil the cakes. Too many cooks spoil the cake. Huh? Oh my God, you don't know how much I'm suffering. Huh? But okay, that I can also bear. But sometimes too much is too much. Enough is enough. Huh? Especially I already say, please don't bring it anymore. Only when I expressly want, then bring. Still, they forget it. Whatever is set in motion once, it's difficult for them to put a break to it. So that's the consequence. So whatever, oh my God, it's better you live your normal life. Control your destiny, okay? Don't dream of having a lot of servants, a lot of assistants, a lot of attendants. They make a mess of your life, truly like that. When I'm alone, I'm the most happy person. Even you don't give me anything, I'm happy. I can cook for myself, I can wash my clothes, iron my clothes, and make my house beautiful and clean. But I can't always do this now due to the demand of the world. So I regret to tell you that to have everything is not always as good as you think. On the contrary, if you don't have enough things or you have just barely enough, that's the best. Then your IQ will become higher because every day you have to think how I can save some money, where I go for shopping better, and what kind of food I cook today, which is nutritious, good, tasty, and also economical. And then you're very happy with yourself. Everything creative brings happiness to man. Because it's new, it's exciting, it's interesting. If every day the same, and people serve you all the time, you feel bored after a while, I guarantee. Money back guarantee. Okay, anyhow, that's the end to how to be rich and how to keep your money, huh? Yeah, you take care and then you will know the difference. Yeah. Because you have to go to dinner, also prepare for the program. So I let you go. Huh? Thank you so much. I'm really happy that I made it, but my God, I think because you pray so hard, otherwise I don't know how I get here, you know. I had a dream. 6 o'clock in the morning, so cruel. Oh, I just went to sleep at 3 o'clock and then come here and see you. Oh my God, what for? Either you are crazy or I'm crazy. good for you. All right. We continue. Because nothing to do with the war anymore. Right? See you.